Welcome to Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I'm Erica Cardenas. Today we're hitting the pickleball courts to see why this sport is soaring in popularity. But before we grab our paddles, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. We'll talk about the health benefits of pickleball, getting help with your breathing after a COVID diagnosis, and how one organization is helping to empower those in the deaf and hard of hearing community. All that and more in this episode of Your Health. We're here at Horizon Park to talk about the popularity of pickleball across the country, and joining me now is Paul Germanero, Community Services Supervisor here in Scottsdale. Thanks so much for being with us, Paul.
It's my pleasure.
First off, what is pickleball?
Well, pickleball is really the fastest growing sport in the country, a combination of badminton, ping pong, and tennis. And it's just rapidly growing, and well, we can't keep up with it out here.
Now, why do you think pickleball has become so popular?
It really is an accessible sport for any athlete looking to get outside and play a game. As you advance in the game, it can become more competitive and a faster game, but the entry level is accessible, affordable, and face it, the weather's beautiful, people want to get outside and they want to play.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the health benefits. What are the health benefits of pickleball?
Well, really what we've seen is it is a lot like tennis. You're playing outside, so change of direction and cardiovascular health, but it's a lower impact sport. So not as jarring on your body as playing tennis or playing basketball might be outside. So a lot of the benefits of an outdoor cardiovascular exercise with a low impact.
Now, Paul, is pickleball, would you say, a good sport for anyone?
Absolutely. You know, here in the city, we're actually fortunate enough to offer some beginners classes for people, our residents here in Scottsdale, and we encourage them to sign up and learn the basics of the sport, the scoring and the etiquette. Those are things that are unique to the activity in itself, but once you're out here and participating, it's a super social sport. Everybody is welcoming and inviting. What we've seen is people just want to spread the good news or the love of the game to others that come out here. So very accessible, and anybody has the opportunity to come out and play.
Now, you have a lot of pickleball courts here in Scottsdale. Why do you dedicate so much space to the sport?
You know, well, as I mentioned, it's one of the fastest growing sports in the country, and so we want to try and keep up with the trends as much as we possibly can. So we have retrofitted tennis courts at 3 locations here in Scottsdale, and just recently expanded our facility here at Horizon Park from 8 courts to 10 courts. And then in the future, you know, we're always looking to expand it as we grow and we add neighborhood parks in our communities here in Scottsdale. We want to include pickleball as an option for those facilities.
Now, you did mention that you do offer classes, so would you recommend that would be a good place for people to start if they wanted to pick up the sport?
Absolutely. I mean, you can drop in at any of our facilities or any of the facilities around the country and play pickleball, but I think that what comes with the classes, again, is scoring is unique, strategy can be unique, you know, the etiquette of how to rotate and play on a court is something that people can learn in our beginners classes, and then, again, start dropping in and playing, and practice will make perfect.
Now, Paul, any final recommendations or tips about pickleball?
You know, I would say, you know, just get involved. I wouldn't spend a lot of money in investment to purchase paddles and balls immediately. I would get a low-cost entry into it, and as you fall in love with the game, you know, to upgrade those paddles and things like that, just get out and play. The age varies from young adults to seniors, and everybody's very welcoming, so just get out and get comfortable out there and start playing.
Paul, you're awesome. Thanks so much for being with us and sharing with us. If you'd like to learn more information about pickleball, just head over to their website. The Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing works to ensure that those in the deaf and hard of hearing community have resources to improve their quality of life.
There are over 1.1 million Arizonans who have varying hearing levels. That's 18% of the population. And those are people who are hard of hearing, deaf-blind, deaf, or have a combined vision and hearing loss. some of the biggest misconceptions about hard of hearing and deaf people, and I'm hard of hearing, is that, with us hard of hearing people, we're always offered sign language interpreters. And sign language interpreters are great for deaf people, but for hard of hearing people, that's not what we need. What we need is captioning, and real accurate captioning. And we also need like assistive listening devices, really good communication skills and strategies. And what we hear from our deaf colleagues and deaf community is that so many people think that just writing in English to them or having them lip read is okay, when they really do need sign language interpreters. ASL, American Sign Language, is its own unique language with its own distinct grammar and syntax, and that's really what they need for full accessibility.
The services offered at ACDHH begin with information and referral. We also provide consultation and advocacy services. We have specialists in the areas of deafness, hearing loss, and deaf blindness, and we provide family supports as well. We license American Sign Language interpreters, and we have a hearing healthcare program that provides resources about the purchasing of hearing aids, as well as the telecommunications equipment distribution program and the Arizona Relay 711 services.
For here at the Commission, we do have the Arizona Telecommunication Equipment Distribution Program, and this is for folks that may be hard of hearing, deaf blind, or may have a combined vision and hearing loss. And we have a lot of great equipment to help people who may need assistance on the phone. We have amplified phones, we have a captioning phone, we have a lot of great flashing and alerting devices, vibrating devices to help people to navigate their environment. And so it's a wonderful program. It's free, it's really easy to apply. You can apply right on our website and see all of the devices available, and we have an easy application, and we hope you'll check it out.
So the relay service and the phone equipment program work hand in hand. The relay service enables you to make phone calls, and the assistive devices that we provide through the phone program, the speech devices, the TTY, the amplified phones, the caption phones, connect to the relay service. So they really work together as one.
You can learn more about ACDHH by visiting us at our website at acdhh.org. We're also active on our Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms.
Pickleball was invented by 3 dads in Bainbridge outside of Seattle in 1965. They were looking for a new activity to keep their bored kids busy during the summer. The sport has now evolved into one of the most popular across the country and internationally. Certainly gives new meaning when your kids say, "I'm bored." We have more coming up on Your Health. If you're in need of dental care, you may want to contact Simply Implants Institute. It's a world-class training facility that provides patients with quality care at little to no cost.
If you're shopping around and looking for that right implant for you, or you don't even know what an implant is, look no further, right? Simply Implant Institute is where you want to be in terms of care. You know, we have some of the best faculty members, well-trained, over 100 years experience between all of the faculty members. And so when you're coming here, you know that you're in great hands.
We provide a place where if you want to be a patient, you can actually come and get top-of-the-line implant dental treatment. Now, one of the things we love about this is all the instructors that are with us, they actually been doing implants for many years. In the Institute, it's primarily all the surgical work, but it's up to you to decide ultimately what you want, whether it's a denture, which you take out in and out at night, or whether it's a hybrid type of denture, which we take out once a year, or if it's a fixed bridge work, where basically you never have to take it out at all. We don't push any certain treatments on you. We want to find out what's important to you, what makes sense to you. During the screening, we see what is your bones like, what is your teeth. We find out all of these things and we say, you know what? Usually we have approximately 3 categories of way that we can get you fixed up. Perhaps maybe there's 2 that actually will work. What makes sense to you? What is actually going to work? You know, if you don't have to lose all of your teeth, but you still need some implants, we can show you some ways we can get your smile right back to where you might want it to be.
Find out the alternative and options that are available in implant dentistry, because there's a lot of practices that are not really focused on everything. And implants is one of those fields that you can have alternative choices, you can stage things, so the client ultimately gets what they're looking for. While we all know that implant dentistry is expensive, a lot of people are confused about implant dentistry, like, oh my God, the cost. Well, as I said before, the cost in implant dentistry can be very affordable for some of the smaller options like immediate dentures with implants, all right? And we have different options available for people that are losing all their teeth. Here at the Institute, what we do is restorative training, and what we also do, we're a surgical course. And you know what is crazy as heck? It's actually completely free, complimentary, and actually nothing in life is free. So where's that money coming from? Well, it's the doctors paying us good tuition to give you a complimentary service. And people are like, is there something catch? No, not at all. So you pay for the denture, for example, we'll do as many implants as you need for the overdenture. The only thing that a client is responsible for is paying for the denture. So everybody watching this video that is considering doing implant dentistry, if you want to get informed about an alternative or choice that will change your life, then I invite you to come to the Institute, get the information you need so you can actually help yourself make a good decision by being completely informed in the world of implant dentistry.
After an illness or accident, getting back to your life can be difficult. The doctors at Opelousas General's Rehabilitation Center have a team approach to assist in your recovery.
What a patient can expect when they come onto the inpatient rehab unit is to be involved in an interdisciplinary team of professionals and wonderful caring people here on our Opelousas General Rehab Unit. We have physical therapy, which is going to help them with motion. We have occupational therapy, which is going to help them with what we call our activities of daily living, or our ADLs, which are the things we all need to do when we get up every morning. Washing our face, brushing our teeth. Some have to brush their hair, others are more lucky.
Patients qualify for inpatient rehabilitation because they have a significant functional deficit. And that's what makes them available to come over here or qualify to be admitted. The holistic approach that we use to treat our patients here include a whole team of persons attending to the patient's need and reassessing it on a daily basis, almost on an hourly basis. Inpatient rehabilitation benefits the patient by providing them the ability to return back to their functional level or better than they were before whatever happened brought them here. Our goal is to make the patient as functional as we can and to bring him back to his baseline before whatever brought him here was, or even better. And we do that by approaching all of his or her medical problems and physical problems.
Everybody that comes up on rehab has had something taken away from them. I always say that they've had something they never thought would happen to them, and it's already happened. Whether it's a stroke, or whether it's an amputation, or whether they've fallen and broken a hip, and they've had their autonomy and their ability to do for themselves taken away. And we are blessed to be able to help them on the beginning of this journey, them and their families, back to their independence.
The treatment modalities for inpatient rehabilitation are global. They include physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, nutritional support, and of course medication. The conditions that respond excellently well for inpatient rehabilitation are mainly strokes, because they do give you a lot of deficits, followed by complete hip replacements and knee replacements. But also other conditions such as being debilitated and weak from an extended hospital stay due to a catastrophic infection.
Dr. Alamani and I try to not be doctors, but be healers, because that takes everything. And thankfully, we have such a great team that we're all able to help them on their emotional journey, getting through this, as well as on their spiritual journey, getting through this. And not only get better, but see better. See that they have a future where they will be able to do for themselves again.
With the growing popularity of pickleball, there are nearly 8,500 locations in the U.S. to play. To find a court near you, head over to Pickleball's Places to Play map. Here's what's coming up next. How to help with breathing problems after suffering from COVID-19.
Enjoy local stories from your community in the form of videos, articles, podcasts, live streams, and more. Find it all only at yourview.com.
Life can be stressful, and the experts at Lifeline PCS are available to give you the support you need to cope with life's challenges.
Lifeline PCS is an outpatient behavioral health clinic. We specialize in all modalities of treatment for all populations. We have 6 different locations throughout and we are here to serve the community in any way that they can possibly need. There is a misperception sometimes that counseling is strictly for people with serious mental illnesses. However, given the current times that we're all dealing with the pandemic, we're actually seeing people who for the first time are dealing with behavioral health issues. So we have people who for the first time are dealing with basic needs, not being able to pay rent, not being able to have money for groceries. And so we're really encouraging people who maybe for the first time that they've ever experienced behavioral health issues to come and seek counseling, because it definitely can help get through the really tough times.
The effect of COVID on counseling today has really made a big impact. My specialty is trauma, so kind of seeing it as this almost global trauma that everybody's had to go through, no matter the impact on people personally. You know, sometimes people are just impacted by the change in their environment or the requirement from work or having to stay home. There is a lot of different impacts of COVID, and people have come to see us for grief and loss, unfortunately, and kind of helping navigate through these difficult times. We were lucky enough to be really prepared to go forward with teletherapy, and even that, you know, it's great that we still get to stay connected with our clients and help learn from them. But there is a craving, I feel, from the community just for that personal interaction again and to be in office. And so there's always kind of this underlying frustration that people are grateful maybe that they get to connect or escape, but that frustration that it's still in the same, you know, maybe 4 walls that they've been in all day or for work. And I think the biggest impact is not everybody's home life is safe. Sometimes it adds stresses to stay home or to be in an environment where you feel like you can't divulge all the information you would in a safe, private setting in counseling. And so there's been a lot of challenges that we've just kind of been going through those stages with our clients, you know, grieving the frustration, being anger, kind of being in denial for some people, and helping to kind of move through that acceptance of where we are and what we can do.
The question is it weak when somebody seeks counseling? Does it make them a weak person? In fact, clients that come to us are some of the most resilient and strong people you would ever meet. They are, however, bound by basic survival every day due to traumatic experiences, adversity that they've experienced. They're not recognizing that strength and that power that they have. What we try to do from the very beginning is create hope for them. We hold a space for hope until we can help them quiet down some of that trauma and adversity, and then they little by little start to recognize their own strength and intensity. So it's definitely not a sign of weakness to ask for counseling. In fact, one of the bravest things that I think someone can say is, "Help me."
Don't go away, we have more coming up on Your Health. How to help with breathing issues after getting COVID-19. At True Health, they're helping patients who suffered from COVID-19 regain their health one breath at a time.
If you or your loved one are struggling with chronic lung conditions from post-COVID residual breathing problems, you may be a great candidate for our lung rejuvenation therapy. A lot of our patients who come to see us have COPD, they have emphysema, they have asthma, they have these chronic lung issues. As you know, with any type of chronic lung condition, it only gets worse with time, and we know that. And over time, the function of the lungs will decrease with about a 1% per month if we don't do anything about this. So anyone who is suffering with this, who are on medications, they're on inhalers, they're even on oxygen, what we want to do is stop the damage and allow the body to heal and regenerate. So currently what we're able to do is actually harvest these naturally healing cells in our body. In doing so, we're able to stop the damage from getting worse, so we can overcome the trouble breathing, the need for oxygen, and all these medications that keep piling up, and reverse these symptoms that these patients are struggling with post-COVID. So currently, patients that have chronic lung conditions, all they have is medications, steroids, and then when that doesn't work, they have to use oxygen. And then when that fails, well, then there is physical therapy for lungs. And when that fails, unfortunately, if there is a part of the lung that is so severely damaged, they have to have surgery to get rid of that part. So that's all that's available. It's medications, it's masking the symptoms. There is nothing out there that is designed to repair the body and allow it to heal. Left untreated, we know that lung condition will just continue to decline the lung function over time. Post this therapy, what we're able to see is that patients will actually have an improved lung function with time. So the remarkable part about this therapy is that we have seen patients who have seen an improvement as soon as 1 week. The soonest and the fastest results that one of our patients experienced was actually immediately after the procedure. So they were able to have improved energy, they no longer needed their inhaler, and again, when we checked up on them a week later, they no longer needed their oxygen, they had more energy. It can happen that fast. The procedure is a simple outpatient procedure. Our patients are completely awake for the whole procedure and are able to come and receive the therapy and go home within a few hours. So if you are somebody who suffers with chronic lung conditions, who have had COVID, and now your lung condition has become significantly worsened, and now you're dealing with these residual breathing problems, we really want to see you, and we're able to offer you this free screening where it'll tell us exactly how progressed this damage is and whether we can help you or not. So if you are someone who is struggling with this, please give us a call. We can help you. All you have to do, give us a call.
We want to thank Paul and everyone here at Horizon Park for having us out today, and thank you for joining us on your health. We wish you a very healthy and happy day. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.